Hello everyone and welcome to another battle report. Today's game we are having our first go at Pillage. Now this is going to be our sort of attempt at a learning game. This is definitely not a how to play. We're going to fumble our way through the rules and see what happens. Now this is the English version of the rules that Victrix are publishing. The rules themselves are by Guillaume Rousselot and they've been out in France for just over a year. So I've had a look at plenty of battle reports. I've read the rules because I've had them for just over 6 weeks, so I've gone through them and we're just going to see how it plays. We've selected one of the scenarios from the book that we feel is going to give a good feel for the game. I have been joined by Robin, who is always up for trying out some rules, aren't you?
Yeah, anything new.
Anything new, you'll be here, as long as there's coffee as well, and pizza. And that's what we're going to do. So as you can see, we have set up a table full of terrain. We have a lovely Saxon village here, well, we're going to pillage it and see what happens. Right then, let's have a chat about the scenario. In today's game, we are playing scenario 2 from the main rules, which is Pillage. Now, scenario 1 is just a pitch battle, but we wanted to actually have a go at pillaging. It is, after all, what the game is about. Now, we are playing a slightly smaller version of this game, whereas the army budget in here is 600 gold pieces each. We've gone for, it's about 385, just shy of 400. So as you can see in this game, a small isolated village falls prey to an attack by pillagers. Forewarned, however, the villagers have been able to raise the alarm and send for help. A band of defenders is sent forth to counter the attack and prevent the enemy from carrying off their food stores and their precious cloths. So, as you can see, we have set up the board to resemble a village. Now, we had to set up at least 5 buildings within a 12-inch area of the centre of the table, which you can see we have done here. It contains these 5 houses. We haven't got a campfire, which is what the rules ask for, but I've put a bread oven in there because I think that will do just as well. There are fields all around the battlefield which contain animals, such as basically lots of sheep in this case, and there's also lots of loot in the form of barrels and jugs and sacks scattered throughout the village. There is plenty of intervening and obstructing terrain, things that will slow people down, but there are also some areas of open ground where we might be able to form some sort of shield wall. Okay, so in this scenario, Robin is going to be taking on the Anglo-Saxons, which is a new one for you, isn't it? And I will be using the Normans, and I will be the attacker. Robin will be defending, so the Normans have turned up to pillage this lovely little village just on the outskirts of the fens somewhere. We'll roll through the armies in a moment, and then we'll just get stuck into the game. But we're looking forward to it, aren't you? This is it's interesting what we've seen.
Yeah, it looks like a really interesting set of rules. So. Yeah,
so we'll roll through and just let you know what we've got in our armies. Okay, so what have we brought along to the battle today? So as I said, I'm using the Normans, and to kick things off, I have a chieftain who has armor, shield, and a hand weapon. I also have a warrior who has armor and a banner, because I want to see what the banner is going to do. I have 2 warriors with armor, shields, and hand weapons. 4 warriors with armor, shields, and spears, 1 warrior with a shield and a spear, 1 warrior with armor and a crossbow, and 1 warrior just with a crossbow, and no armor. And that comes out at 385 gold pieces. Robin, what have you got?
Okay, so I've got a chief, armor, shield, and just a hand weapon. And then I've got 2 Huskarls. One has armor, shield, and a Dane axe. And the other one just has armour and a Dane axe. Obviously won't be able to use a shield and Dane axe at the same time. Then 3 warriors with shields and spears, so partially armoured. And then a fully armoured spearman who's carrying a shield and a spear. 1 warrior, again fully armoured, just shield and hand weapon. 2 unarmoured guys with bows, and an unarmoured warrior with a sling, just to see how the different weapons work out. And my chieftain's taken one of the talents available, and it's a specific one for the Saxons, which is the Thane ability. So effectively one of the warriors nearby will act as a bodyguard, almost, and warn him of any incoming danger.
Yeah, you have to pick him at the start of the battle, and he's just a buddy who's going to hang around near him on the off chance a stray crossbow bolt comes his way. Right, so there we go. So the Saxons come out at 387 gold pieces, the Normans at 385. So if I lose, then it was all the fault of the sling, which was 2 points, which is what the difference we have. So the way this game works, this game lasts for 10 rounds. At the end of the game, if the attacker, which is me, controls at least 10 loot, then I have won the game. And it is a major victory if I've set fire to at least 2 of the houses. If this isn't the case, then the defender wins the game, and they get a major victory if they've prevented me setting fire to any of the houses. So if I set fire to all the houses,
you can't win?
I don't know.
Scorched earth policy?
I can ask. If not, it should be. We're not going to be using any of the weather rules in this first scenario. And just so you guys know, the way loot is worked out in this, the baskets, barrels and chests and things like that, like we have down here in these paddocks, they're worth 1 point of loot, and the sheep are worth 2. And just so we're clear, 1 base equals 1 sheep, even though there's 2 sheep on the base. Does that make sense? I hope it does. The loot has been placed by both of us in the paddocks that are surrounding the village. There's also some bits of loot squirreled away in the sort of the central area of the village. There is none in any of the buildings. The oven is there, and you can obviously use that to get some smoking brands to start some fires. Over here as well, there's some more loot squirreled away, and then down here you've got some. So you're meant to fill the table. It's meant to be lots of opportunities. The scenario is not shy about the amount. It's not like one of those scenarios where there's 6 bits to pick up. There's more than you need, so you've got a lot of options. Absolutely. And that, I think that's the main thing, is that you're not just sitting back defending, you're actually actively trying to stop me getting it. Now I have to control the loot. There is nowhere for me to go and drop it off. I can drop it, but if I don't control it at the end of the game, then it doesn't count. So essentially I'm going to have a lot of guys that are weighed down with lots of your stuff. Okay, so for deployment, I have to deploy all of my forces first. Robin will then pick 25% of his force, which will be 3 models in this because you're rounding up, and they'll be deployed in the centre of the table in the village, and then the rest of it will deploy within 6 inches of Robin's table edge. You ready? Should we just get started? I'm ready for some pillage. No, I'm ready to stop some pillaging. All right, I'm ready to pillage. I don't know if that's something I ever thought I would say. Let's get going. So the armies are deployed. Now I forgot to say just in my intro there that we can absolutely go into the buildings and we can search them, and there might be extra loot in there as well. So if you see one of us gunning for the buildings, then that's what's going on. So where have I deployed? So up on the this side of the village, I have one of my armoured spearmen and a armoured chap with a hand weapon. They're going around that side of the village. In the centre, I've put a whole sort of group of men. I've got my banner. I've got 2 guys armoured with shields. I've got my leader here. I have the 2 crossbowmen as well. And then on this flank over here, I've got 2 armoured, well, 1 armoured guy with a spear, 1 armoured guy with a hand weapon, and my unarmoured chap with a spear. So they're hopefully going to spread out and get some more loot. Robin, what have you got? Who did you put in the centre of the village? So what I've gone for is my idea of the guys that are in the village that have just grabbed the weapons that they have in their houses. So I've got a slinger, an unarmoured, sorry, a semi-armoured spearman. So obviously you're not going to have time to stand there and put his mail on. And then an archer who's hiding behind. Yeah, so they've all adopted a slight tactical stance, ready to hopefully pepper you with objects. With some stones. On the way in. An arrow and a stone. Yeah. And then you've deployed the rest of your army at the back and here. Army in the loosest sense. Yeah, and whilst we get the shield rules, it's kind of not quite knowing, do we spread out in a bunch? Do we just form a line? So I've got 2 semi-armoured spearmen. The idea they're he's armoured, fully armoured. Oh, fully armoured. He's got the padded on, hasn't he? So bit of speed up on one side. Then just my other archer. Then the guy with the red hat will be the. Is he the Fen? The Fen for Thane, even. Sorry. Thane for the warlord, and then my fully armoured guy, and then with 2 Huskarls. Now they can shout encouragement. Who can shout encouragement to people and stuff. But yeah, because I'm not too sure how it's going to end up. I was kind of like, I feel like you get quite a lot of movement.
Especially if you're on
Well, I hope so. So let's crack on with it. Now, I have the initiative in the first turn, and after that, we're going to be rolling for priority. So I do all of my movement, then Robin will do all of his. I do all of my shooting, Robin does all of his, and then we work out combat, and then we set fire to things. Okay, so let's get on with it. This is going to be Pillage turn 1. Okay, so the way that this works is that the armour that you're wearing affects your movement. So a chap who's wearing no armour goes 8 inches. Someone who's got partial protection will go 7, and then fully armoured, like these guys here, are only going to go 6. There is no coherency or anything, and I don't think you have to do them in any particular order. So I am just going to move these guys down the road. Now, crossbows can't move and shoot, and this is important. You can't pre-measure in this game. If I say these guys are going to shoot, then then they have to. If you picked up the tape measure, then they're doing it. So I think, I think this one is going to move up to here. Actually, he's unarmored, isn't he? So he could go another 2 inches. This one is going to stay. Actually, do you know what? He's going to move as well. So they've actually got some. Oh no, he's partially armored, that one. Sorry. So he comes back, and then my war banner is going to move to there. Up on the hill here, these chaps are going to come this way. Troops armed with spears can support if they're in base-to-base contact with another miniature. So I feel like this is a Norman noble who's brought along his servant with him. Now over here, these two both have a movement of 6. This one has a movement of 7 because he's only got a shield. He's not wearing armor. So this chap is going to go to here, go to there, and then he's just going to go 1 inch beyond. And that's it. That's the entirety of my movement. And now we go over to Robin's movement phase.
I'm going to start back here. Just moving people up.
Go for it.
So, fully armoured.
They just go 6.
Warlord 6. Now this guy's only partially armoured.
So he'll go 7, but that's his mate. So
he is, but he's got to stay within 2 inches, doesn't he? So
he's going to go out there taking the lead.
Yeah, and let's bring this guy. So now I can form things like shield wall and stuff, but I don't think that's really going to help me that much right now. Now, crossing an obstacle is 2 inches of movement, isn't it? Yes. So he's not going to have enough to climb over there.
Oh, the Huskarls, they buddying up.
Oh, that's one because they're good at shouting encouragement. Do I send them off on their own?
I just assume you'd want to keep one nearby your troops,
Otherwise, oh, maybe that's how you get to the rank of Huskar though, by pretending you're doing stuff and actually just sneaking off around the sides. Now this guy's unarmored, isn't he? So
middle management.
He did very much so. He can run up there, and then over on this flank we've got.
So you got
semi-armored guy.
Well, they're both semi-armored. One full armour, one semi-armored.
He's got that padded armour, hasn't he? Which this period would be. And then
you just got your people in the middle.
Now,
yeah, slingers have a range of 15. Bows have a range of 20. Now the bow is definitely in range. Now the sling can
move and shoot,
and the bow can partially move and shoot.
Yeah, up to half movement. But I believe they can shoot twice if they don't move.
Yes.
So this guy, do I? Oh, you know what I might do.
Oh, he's got these guys coming up round.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So he is
on the edge. If you have a look here,
armored,
you got Robin's chap there, and then you got mine sneaking round.
What I might do is because I can just climb over the cart. I think.
Just say it's 2. Because just got its obstacle.
So I will just move.
I mean, there are climbing rolls in this, but I don't think that's
more complicated. So I'll just go to there. Now I'm going to move the slinger up. So he's unarmored, isn't he? So he's got that quick.
So he can go to full 8 and use his sling.
Yep. So he's going to move up to there.
Okay, and then the bowman.
He's going to stay where he is.
Who's just there behind the cart? He's going to stay where he is. Right. Okay. So there you go. That is how quick movement is in this game. I kind of feel like it'd almost be easy just to do all the fully armored people first. And just go.
Yeah, because unless you're trying to maneuver into very tight spaces or whatever, there's no real.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Right then, so it's my shooting phase, but I don't have one because both my crossbows moved completely. So we'll go over to Robin. Okay, so Robin, you said you wanted to resolve the slinger first. So who are you targeting?
So I'm just going to go for your crossbow at the front of the group, so nothing in the way.
Nothing in the way. There he is. So you've got a clear line of sight to him.
At this point, I check the range.
You check the range, so now you're committed. So if he ends up out of range, then that's your fault. But
so I've got a range of 15, so I am over half range though.
Which will be at a -1 to hit. So what we need to do is check the hit table against the armour that my chap is wearing. Okay, so if we have a look on here, look, sling targeting a unarmoured warrior needs a 6 to hit. Now, because Robin is -1, that means he's going to need a 7, which is a 6 followed by a 4. Okay, go on then, Robin. You need a 6 followed by a 4. No. So not only that is like catastrophic failure.
No, I don't think that's a thing.
Right, so he failed. Now the bow, because you didn't move, can shoot twice. Yeah. So now he's got this chap on the end here that he can clearly see. Or
because I'm against the cart, I'm assuming I can.
You can shoot over it.
Shoot because it's the height. Yeah.
So
I'm going to be going for your crossbowman again.
Okay, so let's just check the chart and see what you need to hit. Okay, so as we can see, the bow has a 20-inch range, so you're fine. And when you're shooting at an unarmoured individual, you just need a 4 to hit. Okay, Robin, so you're looking for a 4 or more? Okay, so that's a hit, so I need to check my defence. Okay, so you can see unarmoured defence is 6, so I have a save of 6, or my chap's dead. It's definitely not a 6, so I am a man down. There we go, off he comes. Robin, who are you going to target next, seeing as now
second shot.
So it's going to end my warlord in like 1.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to go for the guy in the middle.
Guy in the middle. Okay, now he's actually fully armoured.
Yeah, and you're probably over half range as well. Yeah, so I'm at -1 to hit now.
Okay, so let's have a look at what you need. Okay, so we can already see the difference here. So the bow here, shooting at a fully armoured individual, needs a 5, but because he's over half range, he's at -1. So Robin needs a 6 to hit that chap. No. Okay, well, that was straightforward enough, although you've now actually reduced my shooting ability by 50% on the board. And your other chap, he did a full move, didn't he? Your other archer.
Yes,
he's with the
definitely
Lord.
Be out of range.
So, yeah, he's not going to be doing anything. All right, then. So the next phase would be the melee phase. Of course, we don't have any. Okay, so now it's the fire phase, but again, no one's really next to any buildings to start them on fire, and no one is next to anything to basically, create any firebrands or anything like that. So that's it. That's the end of this turn. Now, for the next turn, and for every turn afterwards, we are now dicing off to see how who goes first and who has the initiative. Right then, let's see what happens. So that's the end of turn 1. Let's see turn 2. Okay, right then. Let's see. I got a 4. Oh, I think you can go. Okay, so I actually could have to have the choice. But interestingly, as Robin has pointed out, you actually have no choice, right?
So if you say you want me to go first, then I have to go first.
Okay, well you can go first.
Okay.
Okay, so over to you. So it's Robin's movement phase. So, who are you going to start with?
I'll start with my bowman here, because actually he's got quite a long move, isn't there? There's no running or anything in this.
No, you just move, and depending on how far you move dictates sort of your actions if you're shooting. So he's got a movement of 8, because he's unarmoured, so you could go 4 and
shoot. But I don't think I'm going to make the full movement now.
Yeah. Come to the corner of this building here.
Like in the Wild West. Right, then...
This is exactly like the Wild West. This is somewhere in Ely, I'm assuming.
The Wild East.
Yeah, I should probably say we're assuming that you're the men of Hereward the Wake that have been sent to stop the rampaging Normans in the Fens.
Right, then these guys are both
they're both fully armoured, so they've only got a 6-inch move.
Move them on, keep them together. And my Warlord also only a 6-inch move. With his friend and protector who's got a 7-inch move.
Sinric or Cedric.
Needs to stay within 2 if I want to benefit from that.
Need a good Saxon name.
Cedric?
Yeah, there we go.
Alright, then over here working my way through these.
I forgot about them.
Yeah, so I've got my semi-armoured guy. Goes 7.
I'm assuming you can take loot, so you could take it away from me.
I assume so, because it sounds like I could choose to kind of bring it back to keep it safe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you want to be an unarmoured guy, so not only do you have to get in contact with the enemy first, you then aren't wearing the armour.
Yeah.
Right, this Huskar was going to just slowly clamber over through the
pig pen.
That's him there. Right, then the only other thing I want to do, because I don't see the point in moving my 2 ranged guys here. I think I'm going to make the charge here with this
Okay.
brave defender, simply on the basis it's better to charge than be charged, I guess.
Okay, so you're going to be charging...
It'll be the front guy,
The
because I
front
can't
guy, yeah.
go within an inch.
Okay, so Robin's now got to roll to see if he can make it in. So he's going to roll a d3 and add that to his movement of 7. If that gets him into combat, then the charge is a success. If he can't make it into combat, then the charge is a failure and this guy only goes half. But importantly, if he rolls a 1 on this charge roll, he doesn't get his charge bonus, even if he makes it into combat.
Yeah, it's just you didn't get up enough head of steam, or you were too ready for me when I got there.
Oh dear.
So I think I'm going to make it in anyway, because I've got 7 inches.
So you've got 8 inches, so you more than made it. But you're not going to get your charge bonus when we fight in the melee phase.
There was a slight slope.
There we go. You stumbled up it. Excellent. Okay then. So now it's my movement phase, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start things off over here. I'm going to move my chap here, so he is supporting my chap there. And in support, you'll get a -1. So not only did you not get your charge bonus, you're now at -1 to hit him as well, because this guy's tangling you up with his spear.
Well,
Over here, I think my crossbow. I think I need to try and take you out with my crossbow. I don't like what you've done there.
Here.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do? These guys are just going to. He's going to cross this. So he only has a movement of 6 normally. So he's 6 normally. Crosses that for 2. He's going to go and pick up that sheep. I don't think I have to roll.
We'll check that in a second.
I think he's got that. This guy here, however, is going to move to there. My leader is going to move up with him, and the banner is going to move up behind them. I'm going to go and try and make it. So my unarmored chap, he's just got a spear. He's got a 7-inch move. He's only going to make it up to the edge there, because he'd lose 2 inches going over. And then both of these are just going to move up to the edge there, looking at all this loot and that in these nice rich Saxon fields.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff there.
There is, yeah. And then they can see your 2 guys coming down here. So so there we go. That's it. So it's into your shooting phase. Okay, so to pick up the lamb, all I have to do is move into it, and then he's essentially got it. He now suffers a -1 to all of his moves for each piece of loot that he is carrying, though he can hand it off to people, and he can drop it later. Robin, it's your shooting phase. So who would you like to go with first? You've got your slinger down here. You have this archer behind this cart, and the other archer did a full move, didn't he? To get there.
He may be in range now, but he won't be able to shoot.
Okay, so who do you want to go with?
I'm going to go with the slinger first. So I've got 2 shots
first,
with the archer, so I want to see what.
So he's down here. Look.
Yeah, he's just going to be going for that first.
This guy here, yeah. Okay,
there,
so there you go.
I must be under half now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you're not suffering that -1 to hit. So you're just hitting on a 6.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. However, I'm fully armored, which gives me a save of 4. Oh dear. Okay, that's a bit of a David and Goliath situation going on there. He is gone.
Okay, well, I guess in that case then, my
2 arrows at my chief?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you within 10? I think you are.
I am.
So you're not suffering a -1, so you are going to be hitting him on a 5.
No.
Okay, but you got your second arrow, so you're just going to do the same again.
No.
No.
It'd be it for my
Yeah, I didn't like that. Now I'm going to return the favour. My my crossbowman here, he's going to shoot at your bowman, who is behind the cart.
I thought you were going to go for the slinger, and I was about to point out that you might shoot your own.
No, I'm not going to do that. So, and that's interesting though, because you commit to that, and then if I hadn't noticed that, I can't uncommit from it.
Do you want me to measure the?
Yes, if you would, that would be great. So the bow has a range of 20. The crossbow has a range of 20.
12 inches.
So I'm over half, and we've got something in the way as well. Okay, so because there is an obstacle in the way, I have to roll to see if if the bolt makes it through before I even roll to hit. So 1 to 3, the bolt slams into the cart. 4 to 6, there's a chance it hits Robin's archer. Okay, so no, it just slammed into the cart this time. Right, so it's the melee phase, and it's time to resolve our only combat, where Robin's Saxon ran up the hill but didn't quite get the momentum that
No.
you thought he would. So, Robin, you have the initiative. So you basically, well, you would normally decide which order and which combats we resolve.
We've only got the one.
This is the only one. Now, combat is simultaneous, isn't it? Unless you have a certain weapon like a Dane axe, which is slow. So, Robin, you're going to get 1 dice for your Saxon, and you are going to be at -1 to hit because I am being supported by a chap with a spear.
Yes.
So we take in my armor value. So I am fully armored. I'm wearing armor and a shield. So what do you need to hit me?
It'd be a 5 normally, but because of your supporting spear, it's going to be a 6.
Okay. Now you just have a shield. So what do I need to hit
And
you?
you've just got a sword.
I have a sword. Yeah.
So you need a 4+.
So if I hit on a 4, you hit on a 6. Go on then, Robin.
No.
No. And I hit on a 4. No as well. Right. What happens now in the draw? Okay. So they just stay where they are for that round of combat, and that is the end of turn 2. Now, well, no, we're into the fire phase, but again, I haven't got anyone actually directly adjacent to a building, and Robin, I'm assuming you don't want to set fire to your own buildings.
I'm probably not meant to burn them down to stop you looting them, am I? So that's
Right
an extreme reaction.
Okay, let's go into turn 3 and roll for initiative. Okay, let's see. You had it in the last turn. I've got it. I'm going to keep it.
Yeah.
I'm going to start over here. Now that costs me 2 inches of movement to go across. So my chap here has a movement of 5, which will get him into base to base with that piece of loot.
Is he
there.
picking that up?
He's going to pick that up, and that's the end of his.
That would end his movement anyway.
His move.
Had some left.
And then these guys, they have a movement of 6 because they're both armored. So that's reduced to 4. This one is going to sort of peel off and go this way, and this one is just going to move into the center of the field there. That combat is going to continue, so I'm not too worried about that, and you're still suffering that -1 to hit, aren't you? So because of the support, so I don't really want to mess around with that, but he could move away if
because he's not actually engaged in the combat, is he?
I think what we'll do, my lord, I'm tempted to charge your slinger and just smack him on the head. So I have a movement of 6. I'm on D3. Yeah, you're within. I'll say you're within 7 inches.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So my lord is going to charge your slinger. Okay, so he's going to be my target. We need to do the charge roll. Right. So it's D3. Right. So I'm going 9 inches. Okay. So it was only 7 to him. So he makes it to him there.
As a ranged, I can stand and
shoot. You
can
can stand and shoot, but you're at -1. And we know for the sling, because he's already had to go at him, that means you're going to need 7 or more to hit. So it's going to be a 6 followed by a 4.
It's better than getting stabbed in the face.
It is. Okay, so yeah, go for it. 6. Ooh,
No.
Close, no. Okay, that was important because it all depended on what I was going to do with my chaps here. Now, I'm going to move my guy with the banner up to here because he'll give a bonus to my chap fighting.
I'm sure your chieftain will need it to cut down my.
I just really don't like the slinger.
My unarmored peasant.
And David down there. I'm going. See, I don't actually want to set fire to this yet because the fire rules are every model within 2 inches essentially takes damage when in the fire phase. So I don't particularly want to set fire to this one yet because there's a lot of stuff going on here. So I think what I'm going to do is there's actually a door. I don't know if you can see that. There's a door around here. So he, because his movement is now 5, he's going to move inside the building.
I assume he's going to kick the door in rather than open it carefully.
The sheep's going to go, he's going to put the sheep through. So he is inside the building now. And he can make a search roll.
Yep.
Okay, so basically, because he's in the building, he can make a search roll. And when he's in here, so I'm going to roll a dice now. On a 1, it's empty. 2 to 3, he finds nothing. Or 4 to 6, he finds some more loot. And we roll to see what kind of loot he finds. All right, so I want a 4 to 6. That's a 5, so he found something. Let's roll and see what it is. 4 or more is good, basically. 1, slim pickings. You find very little, you pick up 1 loot. So I'll go and find something suitable for 1 loot. There he is, look, he's got the littlest chest. So he's now at maximum loot, because he can only carry 3, and so the sheep is worth 2 loot, and that is worth 1. So he's at max.
He's also slowed down by 2 inches.
By 2 inches now. Oh, he's just going to go around setting fire to things now. That's it. Oh no, I've still got my crossbow. Now my crossbowman is having his little archery duel with your chat, but I don't think he's going to continue with that. I'm going to move and take cover behind the building. And there we go, and that's the end of my movement. Right, so Robin's movement. What are you going to do? I think everything is pretty much over this end of the board.
Yeah, so I'll do my Huskarl. You're just trudging through the gardens. Got just enough movement to climb over into the next vegetable patch.
Okay.
I can see your chieftain, can't I? So let's start heading. So the Huskarl.
Yeah, I think I'm a bit outside of charge range.
Yeah. And that guy.
Oh, here we go. Not enough to make a shield wall.
No. They're going to move up. And then this archer's going to stay where he is.
Yeah, I feel my banner's going to be taking a lot of arrows.
Yeah. I actually, until you came around the corner, I didn't realise you had 3 guys. I thought it was only 2.
Aha.
So
you have one guy with a shield and one guy with armour and a shield.
So he's coming across here. If he's got enough movement, he'll cross the wall, but I don't think he will, because even with 7. So you have to get him there. And this guy with 6. Just going to follow up.
Support him. Okay, he's going to be some rough and tumble over here, I think, in the next turn. That's it, isn't it? That's all your movement. So my shooting, I haven't got any, because my crossbowman did a full move. Well, he moved any movement. So it's just over to you. You can't shoot with the slinger, because he's got the, and he's also got my chap in his all up in his grill, I think is the term. So it's just your 2 archers who, because neither of them have moved, can shoot twice. Okay,
so with the guy further back.
Yeah. You're going to shoot at the banner?
I am going to shoot at the banner. I'm over half range.
So you're at -1 to hit, and I'm in full armour, so you're going to be hitting me on a 6. Okay, so you need a 6, Robin. No, and then the second arrow. No. Okay, so he failed, but you've got your guy just here, and I assume he's doing the same.
Yeah, under half range.
So he's hitting on 5s.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Hooray!
Oh. Right.
I'm really glad about that. I thought I was going to be doing a bit of a Boromir there.
Yeah, me too. So,
so
2 combats.
Yeah, so that's the end of shooting. So it's combat now. Because I have the initiative, I decide which one is worked out first, don't I? I'm going to start with this one up here again. So you have a single dice and you're -1 to hit because of my spearman that's tangling up, or it's just scaring him. So you are going to be hitting me on a 6, aren't you? Because I'm fully armoured and you have a spear.
Yep. And you've got a hand weapon, haven't you? And I'm partially armoured.
Yeah.
Or somewhat armoured. So you're going to be hitting me on a 4.
Okay, so just so you can see the table that we're looking at here, you can see it goes by the weapon. So you're looking at what you're armed with. So you can see here, if you had a spear and you were hitting someone with no armour, which on this table is what SP stands for, which is a slight translation issue, I believe, but I think it's been sorted in the PDF, or I understand it has. You'd be hitting on a 4. However, if I was using my bare hands and I'm trying to hit a fully armoured person, you're hitting on a 9. So you need a 6 followed by another 6. I need a 4, Robin needs a 6. I have hit you, so you now need to make a defense save. So what is your defense value of a shield? I believe it's 5.
5, because I'm
5. So it's 5 or more, or you're dead. You're dead.
I'm dead.
Okay, so there we go. So he comes off now, and that's the end of that combat. So they're free to move next turn. And I think they're now, my original plan, which was to sort of do things over here, is going to change slightly as they need to come and support their lord. Right, now we have to resolve the combat down here between Robin's slinger and my warlord. So now the warlords get 2 attacks. They're the only models in here that do, I think. And your slinger gets 1. So I charged, I'm getting +1 to hit on 2 dice. I have a hand weapon and you have no armour.
Yeah, and so I'll count as having an improvised weapon.
Okay, so what am I hitting you on?
3.
So I've got 2 dice hitting you on 3s, but I get +1 as well, because I've got the war banner that's right next to him, so I'm hitting you on 2s.
Yeah.
Okay, so a quick addendum there. I don't get +1 to my attacks because of the banner. I get to re-roll any ones. So I'm looking for 3s. So I got 1 hit.
Oh.
And Robin hit me back. I didn't like that. So Robin, you need to make 1 save of 6 because you're unarmoured.
No,
so he's dead, and I need to make a save of 4. Oh. I saved. Off he goes.
Off he comes.
Excellent. There we are. Now, it is the fire phase. I think over here, my crossbowman is going to attempt to set fire to this building because he's next to it. Let's have a little look at how this works. So my Norman here is going to set fire to this building. Now, if you don't have a burning brand or a torch or something, he sits there just like, I don't know, trying to hit some flints together or do something. It takes a roll of a 6. Now you just have to be in contact with any part of the building. Also, what can happen in this phase, the fire can, if it's already alight, can spread to other buildings, reminiscent of a mechanic that Robin and I actually used in another game not so long ago. But in this phase, they can spread. People who are nearby buildings will get burnt, but that always happens in the round after the fire is caught. So let's just see if this happens. If I roll a 6, he sets the building on fire. Ah, never mind. Okay, so he failed to do that.
So, yeah, so if he stays in contact with it, and it says stays in contact with it, to me that means he could move around the corner.
It's still the same, yeah.
And still be in contact with the building, trying to light a different part. The score required goes down by 1.
So next turn, if he stays there, you'll need a 5.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Right then, so I'll pass over to your fire phase now. Do you want to set fire to any part of your...
Try and set fire to this building as well, but I'm not quite...
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm...
Okay, that's the end of a turn. Let's roll for initiative for the next turn. So this is turn 4. Okay, so initiative. Oh, 6. 3. So it's with me, and I'm going to keep hold of the initiative. So it's very hard to decide what to do here about whether or not I'm going for loot or whether I'm going for trying to kill you. So I think what I'm going to do is over here, this chap here, he's going to use 2 inches of his movement and he's going to cross 4 inches to there. This chap has 7 inches normally, but he's carrying some loot, which will reduce him to 5. And then it would be 3 inches. So you'd only get 1 inch past it. So no, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. This chap is going to move over to here. Then you're going to wait there. And the chap with the loot is going to run. So he can only go 5 inches. So he's just going to get to the other side there. He's not in base to base with those lambs yet, but he will be next turn and he can take them. My crossbowman, I can't actually see anyone there. So there's no point in actually sort of moving or doing sort of anything with him. So I think I'm actually just going to shuffle back a little bit and carry on trying to set fire to that building. Up here, my men are going to come down here. So he is going to move 6 inches down to here. And then his buddy, who's bravely sort of followed him, is going to come to there. There is a way out just there. So I have got this guy inside. I think what I'm going to have to do, I think my warlord is going to come around and basically stand in front of the banner. And I don't really want to lose this loot. I don't want to particularly risk it. So he's only got a movement of 4 now, so he could come out the building. He's going to come out the building, sort of go around this way, and I'll probably try and set fire to it with him. There we go.
Oh, you're not setting fire from inside it, no?
No. That strikes me as a bad idea. I almost feel like that, don't try and goad me. Right then, that's the end of my movement. Let's see what Robin will do. All right, Robin, where do you want to start?
Right, I'm going to start my Huskarl over
the one who said, do you regret putting him over there now?
No, he's just going to... A little bit. He's just going to chug along through there. Right, then in the middle here, because obviously you're beginning to come... Do I charge the wall? Do I charge it?
So only a total of 3 models can ever fight one, just so.
Yeah. The guy with the Dane axe.
Oh, is he going to come and have a go?
I am thinking...
Because he doesn't suffer the penalty of striking last on the round that he charges, and he's going to be hitting on like 2s.
Yeah, let's send in the Huskarl with the Dane axe. So I'm going to try and make a charge.
Okay, right. So we need to roll D3. So he's just going 1 inch.
So I've only got 7 inches. That will be enough.
Is that enough?
But, I rolled a 2 then, so I do get my charge bonus. So he's charged.
Yeah.
Your charge reaction, your option would be flee.
Yeah, no, he's not going to flee. I'm going to stand there and
doing that.
Take that.
Then I'm going to...
I think I know what you're going to do, but...
Move this guy over here. Try and block you off coming in there. And then I'll send the Thane in.
That's what I thought you'd do, because he supports him, then I'm at -1 to hit.
Yeah, with a spear, so he's going to come in behind
All right.
and support him.
What's your warlord going to do?
Just going to move up. I don't think I want to be coming there, so... And then this archer... This one's quite good, because I assume I can still shoot at your... not necessarily the warlord, but the banner.
Well, you'd just be getting in the way test, so you would shoot, you would potentially hit everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
So you'd roll for him, then him, then him, then...
Yeah, from him.
Oh, from him.
I'd probably be rolling for him.
Oh, yeah, you'd be rolling for my chap, yeah.
Yeah, this other archer, I'm actually going to... He's unarmoured. Come around to this side of the building.
Set it on fire?
I'm tempted. I'm very tempted.
Didn't like this this village anyway.
So I won't be able to shoot though because I've moved more than half.
Okay. What about these? These can probably get some charges off.
Yeah, I've got to cross the obstacle. Part of me wants to defend an obstacle against you.
True.
But I feel like you're just going to get to the loot and then just slowly back away.
Yeah, that's all I have to do. Currently, I have 6 loot. I need to get 10.
10.
So you'd lose 2 inch. He's got a 5-inch, 7-inch move.
Yeah,
anyway, him.
Yeah, make the charge. I mean, yeah, I'll send. He'll make a charge. Doesn't make a difference. They're all fully armoured. So the guy there.
Okay.
So
right. So you just need to roll.
Anything but a 1, really. Doesn't it? Get my bonus. Yeah. You're not going to be fleeing, I assume, are you?
No. I'm going to stand there and.
I assume you're still counter supporting because you're.
I'll double check.
Because you are in base-to-base contact.
I don't know if I have to just be directly behind, but I'll check. But then you could now deny me that
by
charging.
engaging, which I think I'm going to do with the other guy.
Okay, cool.
Because he's got
fully
less
armoured.
movement. He's got 6 inches.
That would be a fully armoured spearman versus a fully armoured spearman.
Yeah, so I am going to need a couple of inches on my charge though. Because
all right, let's see if that works out.
Otherwise I won't make it.
So 3 inches, so he's up to 9 inches.
Up in your span.
Throw down in the paddocks. There we go. Excellent. Okay then, that is all the movement. So it's just shooting. I moved with my crossbowman, so I can't do any shooting. So it's over to you, Robin. Where would you like to start? You've got your 2 archers.
Yeah, so he moved.
Yes, he can't do anything, the guy over there.
This guy, we'll double check, but I'm make sure I can.
Who are you going for? The banner?
Banner, so I don't think I can shoot into combat, can I? But the banner,
no, you can't.
The banner guy isn't in combat.
He's not in combat, you're just getting in the way sort of test, basically.
You're getting in the way.
Right, so the way we've got to figure this out, or the way we figured this out, is that because the Warlord is there, he is going to count as an obstruction, or rather, the Warlord's combat counts as an obstruction. So Robin will have to make a target roll. So on 1 to 3, the arrow actually goes into this combat, and then we roll to see if it's the Warlord or the Huskell who takes the hit.
Yeah, because effectively what happens is my target... If you say there's a target point, which is here, if it then shifts to him...
There's a chance
it'll hit him instead.
So let's see if that happens. It hits the target. Well, you've now got to roll to hit him.
Yeah, roll to actually hit him.
So he is wearing some armour, and
he's got no shield,
not no shield. So he's going to be hit on a 5. No, so after all that he missed. And you've got another shot. So you've got to do the same thing again.
So let's see. So yeah, it's gone for the...
It's gone for him, and you hit him on a 5. No. Okay, so I think we're going to resolve this combat first, and as I've got the initiative, I decide what order we'll do them in. So these are nicely paired up, so we'll resolve this one first. So my chap here, who is fully armoured with a hand weapon, will be hitting your partially armoured chap on a 4. Your chap with a spear will be hitting my fully armoured chap on a 5, but you charged, so you're hitting him on a 4.
Yep.
Okay, so we're both looking for 4s. That's a hit for me.
And a hit for me.
Oh, okay, this could be bad. So saves. I'm fully armoured, so I'm saving on a 4.
And I'm a 5.
Ah, dear. So off he comes.
He's removed. Now,
right, now...
What point do we start taking morale checks? 50%, isn't it?
I believe so, yes. We'll double check in a second. Now, both of these guys are fully armoured with spears. So a spear against someone who's fully armoured hits on a 5. However, you charge, so you're hitting on a 4. You hit. Oh. I did not.
No, you didn't charge.
So I'm saving on a 4 though. I failed. So there we go. They both lost a buddy, and next turn I'm just going to turn him like that. Look, just stare each other down. Right, so it's time for this combat. Robin's Huskarl against my chief, my Norman warlord. So, Robin, your Huskarl charged. Now, the Huskarls have got a rule, which means they never suffer any penalties to hit when they're using a Danax. Now, fortunately, you didn't roll a 1 when you did your charge roll, so that doesn't matter for you.
No.
Your Huskarl charged with a Danax, so my chap is wearing full armour and a shield. Now, what would you normally need to hit?
So,
I think it's...
Normally with a Danax, I'd need a 3+.
So 3+ normally, but because you charged and you got the charge bonus off, you'll be hitting him on a 2.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have a hand weapon and you do not count as getting a shield, so you only count as armoured, not full armoured.
Yeah.
So what do I need to hit you?
Well, so it would be a 4, however...
Because you've got support.
I've got guys supporting with a spear, so you'll be hitting on a 5.
So I've got 2 attacks hitting on 5s, but because I've got the war banner near me, I'm re-rolling 1s.
Yeah.
You have a Huskarl who has a Danax, so you're hitting me on a 2 this round. And if you do hit me, I suffer a bit of a modifier to my defense, don't I? Next round, if this goes to that, Robin will be striking after me. Because the Danax only, it's one of the few weapons where you don't go simultaneously. So basically, at the end of all that, I have 2 dice hitting on 5s. Robin has 1 dice hitting on a 2. Okay, come on then. Oh, I need 2 dice. So I'm looking for 5s. No! And
Yes.
you did hit me. So I need a single save. It would normally be 4, but now it's a 5 because of a Danax. I saved. Right, so that is just going to roll on into the next turn. I don't think Robin wanted that.
Until my guy's just slowly worn out.
No, warlords do have 3 points of health each. They're the only sort of multi-wound. Oh no, I think berserkers have 2 as well. So now it's the fire phase.
Let's start some.
Let's start some fires. My chap over here, who is trying to set fire to the same building, he's going to have a go and he'll set fire to it on a 5. 5 or more. Hey, so he set fire to that. We'll get a suitable marker. Okay, and now this chap, because he's adjacent to the building he was in, he will roll as well. So but he'll be doing it on a 6. Okay, so I need a 6. No, so he didn't set fire, just the 1 fire. There we go. The roof is on fire.
What I really want to know is your guy going to go in and try and search the building before?
Yeah, why not? So I'll go and find some water.
Before it.
Is your guy going to move? We're going to flush that archer out now. Right then, I assume you haven't got anything you want to do in the fire phase?
No,
no. So we did check morale, and it's when you are at half strength. And in this case, we've both got 11 people. So when we've taken 6 casualties, then we'll be testing morale, or if we lose our chief, our warlord. So we're going into turn 5. Let's roll for initiative. Okay, so initiative.
Ew,
Oh, it's up to you.
Yes, I will. Yeah, I'll take the initiative.
You'll take it? Okay, so your movement, what do you want to do?
Right.
Is everyone going to bundle the warlord?
Yeah, because you can have. I can move someone else into base-based
We
combat.
can have multiple combats. I have to decide who I'm fighting, and I have to put all my attacks. There's no splitting attacks. Are you going to charge me here?
Aren't we already?
No, technically we're not.
technically
You'd have
we're
to give an inch, or we should. So if you want to charge me, you
Okay,
can.
yes, I'll
I guess you just roll the dice, and if you roll in, just don't roll a 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. No, I won't flee. I might come in and support though, because I can still support with the.
Yeah, well, this archer
Baron.
here.
What archer?
This archer hasn't got enough to move over the wall, so he's just going to move. Oh, sorry. It's just. Oh, he might stay there. He's just going to move up to the wall.
Was that his full move?
Yeah, so he won't be able to shoot.
Okay.
I've got this other archer here.
So if he's next to that building in the fire phase,
there's a
then he's
risk
going to
thing.
take some damage.
Yeah, so I'm going to move him away.
I quite like that. I think that's quite a nifty little way of flushing people out of cover.
So I can move up to 4 inches, so half a movement, and still shoot once, can't I?
Yes, with a bow.
So what I might do, actually, I'm just going to move to here. I don't know if there's anything I can shoot at the moment, but it potentially, covering, so if you start moving out from places, I would be able to take a shot at you. I'm going to go for the charge here.
Okay, so pretty much it's going to be anything but a 1 again.
Yeah, just to get my bonus.
Yeah, he's fine.
There's just 2 in base contact.
What are you going to do, your chief?
Just going to move him up into... I've got another Huskarl.
You do have another Huskarl, the one who's disturbing and marring the vegetables all game.
Yeah, let's move him to there. And then...
What are you going to do with this chap?
No.
You can stay there. You don't have to do anything with
Yeah, I'm just going to leave him there. I'm trying to get because the supporting guy. It's almost. Am I better moving him into combat?
Or leaving him.
Or leaving him supporting? Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. That is the end of Robin's movement. So over here, quite simply, he can support. So he's just going to move in and support with his sheep and his barrel. Over here, I don't want to be in touch with that anymore. So I think what I'm going to do, he's wearing something. So he's got a movement of 7. So I'm going to come all the way across because he's got his eye on some loot as well. Starting to think that, like, you know, adding fire to this might not be the best plan. So he's got movement of 6, which is down to 4. So he's only gonna get essentially across the wall. So
I kind of really hope you'd set fire to that building and it would spread because then you'd have your 2 guys trapped in the alleyway.
Trapped in the alleyway,
yeah. Buildings.
Whoops. That sounds like something William would do. To be fair, absolutely. Right, I'm in combat here.
But your banner isn't, is he? He's not.
My banner's not in combat, but I might push him in. Just to, I mean, he gets a -1. He's more about like boosting, but he's not done a lot so far. My sword and shield guy here is going to charge your sword and shield guy. So no, in this case, he is just going to treat it like a charge. I think at the start of the game, we should have probably, we didn't realise, but yeah, maybe not plug the gap. Yeah, that's probably what we should have done. Anyway, so he's going to go for it. So I'm just going to roll and see what he gets. He's in. All right, there we go. Okay, so what will happen here is we'll pair them off. So now they're going to be paired and they're still paired. So I've essentially taken him out of combat with my chap. My spearman, because he's got a 6-inch move. Do you know what? He's just going to come round and support his mate, which is what he's been doing all game. So we've got a right scrum going on now.
Is that all the movement?
That's all my movement. Right, so it's Robin's turn to pick the shooting, and I think you've only got one person who can shoot. Your archer here.
The other guy moved too far, so I can go for your crossbow. I've just noticed you're go with the loot, but he's got full armour, hasn't he? So
he does have full armour and a sheep that he can hold in the way.
Does the sheep lose value if it's dead? Probably not. Right,
he's going to eat it
I'm going to go for this guy.
He's within 10?
I am just about within 10.
Okay.
But I only get 1 shot because I moved.
Okay. So he's going to I set fire to the building, forcing you out, and then I go running away and you shoot me. You're hitting me on a 5.
No.
Right, so now we've got to sort out these combats. Now, what the book recommends you do is you actually separate these ever so slightly, just nudging them over. So over here, so you pair off the combats. So these 2 are in combat, then this chap, let's turn him round, is in combat with the guy who charged behind him, who is being supported by him, and he is being supported by him.
Yeah.
So that's the actual combat. So there's actually 2 combats. My warlord against your Huskal, who has been supported, and your armoured swordsman here against my armoured swordsman, who has been supported there.
Yeah.
All right, Robin, so we've got 3 combats. We've got the one in the paddock over here, and then we've got these ones. Which one do you want to do first?
Let's go for the
one down here.
The one over here with all the loot around.
The one that actually seems a bit more gentlemanly.
Yeah.
Okay, so you charged, you're fully armoured, and you have a spear against my fully armoured guy with a hand weapon. So you are hitting me on a 5, I believe.
I get a plus. I did charge though.
You're a spear, aren't you? So that's plus. So it's 5 normally, plus 1 for charging.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
Okay, so you're hitting me on a 4, and I have a hand weapon against a fully armoured person, so I'm hitting you on a 4 as well.
However, I'm losing 1 because of your support, so I'm back on a 5.
No, we both failed. Okay, so that's just going to roll on in next turn, which is good because it means your archer doesn't have a target. All right, Robin, which one do you want to resolve first?
So I'm going to start with the one for my guy that originally charged your warlord. However, you've come steaming out the alleyway and have charged me to directing my attention, so you'll get the charge benefit and I won't.
Yep, and we've just double checked that in the rules, and that's it. So the last figure to charge is the one that gets the charge bonus, which is one of the benefits to not going first. Obviously, you can see what the enemy are going to do, and then you counter it.
Yeah, you can pick off.
So You have a hand weapon and you're fighting against a fully armoured person, so I believe you're hitting me on a 4.
Yep.
I have a hand weapon and I'm fighting someone who's fully armoured, so I would be hitting on a 4. However, I charge, which is +1, so I'm hitting on a 3, and my support gives you a -1.
Yep.
So I'm hitting on a 3, you're hitting on a 5.
So not only did you jump out the alleyway and surprise me, you brought a mate.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm hitting on a 3, and I missed, and you hit on a 5, and you hit me. So I need a save of 4 for being fully armoured. I did, so that's going to go into next turn. Okay, so Robin, it's now your Huskell against my Chief, but your Huskell is now down to striking second.
Yes.
So I get to go first with 2 attacks.
Will be -1 because of my supporting spear, though.
I will, so I'm normally hitting you, I believe, on a 4.
Yeah, because I'm semi-armoured.
But I'll be hitting you on 5s. So yeah, 2 attacks, hitting on 5s, re-rolling 1s for the banner. I got 1 hit, so you need a single. So now he's only got armor, so he needs a save of 5. Ah, no.
Oh dear.
So we can show an example of what happens here. The Huskell falls to the ground, and what happens in this instance is the supporting figure moves up to close that gap. We don't fight in new combat because he never counts as engaged. Now you count as engaged.
Yeah.
There we go. How many casualties have you taken now?
I'm on 4, so I'm not quite at 50%.
Oh, we're getting there. That is the end of the melee phase.
We have the fire phase.
So now we're in the fire phase. So now we've got to see if this fire spreads and starts some new ones. It's the fire phase. Robin, do you want to start any fires?
No.
No? Okay, now it comes over to me. That's right. I don't want to start any, and I can't. So now, because it's Robin's turn, we roll to see if any spread. Are there any fires within 2 inches of something flammable?
Yes.
Yes.
So this other building here
is absolutely within 2 inches. So on a roll of 6, this building is then going to catch fire. Oh.
Doesn't spread, that's a shame.
So if there was anyone within 2 inches of this building, it's a good job you moved your archer, they would take damage.
Yeah.
But
it's quite nasty. It's just on a 5+.
They die.
They die.
They just
Doesn't
die.
matter.
Yeah. Well, that's what you were saying.
Even a chieftain with 3 wounds,
they just burn.
if I can lock him in there and set fire to a building.
That's the end of a turn. So let's roll for priority in turn 6. All right, come on. A 3. So it goes to me because you had it last turn. Right, so I actually want this to be able to try and do something. So he's actually going to stand still. Really, the only thing I'm going to be moving this turn is my guy with the loot. And I think do you know what? I think he's going to be better off actually going back over the wall. So he's going to go back over the wall and move 2 inches. So he's just going to come to here, look, with his sheep. Over here, that's going to roll on into this turn, and then in the centre, that combat's all going, because really it's just a case of what you're doing with your archer and your chief and whether they're going to get involved. Right, Robin, what are you going to do? You've got
this mob going here. I'm going to try and charge my Huskell into your supporting...
Okay. So basically, we're just seeing if you get that.
I do.
Which you do. Yep, so you come in there. Excellent. Now you've got your chief.
So my chief.
So we've got 3 combats going on there at the minute.
If he charged, say, the guy in the middle, that would become a true 2-on-1 combat.
Yes, it will.
Because there's no other way of dividing.
Yeah, that would be a proper. You'd be mobbing him.
Let's do that.
Okay, go on in. So again, anything but a 1.
Yeah.
Oh, close. Okay, great. And then what is your archer going to do?
He's just going to stay where he is.
Yeah, and then hope that I miss.
And then this other archer...
What other archer?
This other archer.
Oh, I always forget about him.
I'm just going to stay where I am.
See what happens.
See what happens.
All right, then.
I can either run away or shoot you.
So it's shooting. I have priority. So my crossbowman is going to shoot your archer. How far away are we?
Just over 10. Oh, no. Just 10.
10? Okay. So
they're the same range, aren't they? So
I'm hitting you on a 4?
Yep.
Okay, so as you can see here, I got that a bit wrong. The crossbow will actually hit him on a 3, and then he'll be saving on a 7. All right, so I'm hitting on a 3. No, that's a 6. So you need to roll a 6 followed by a 4 to save.
Probably going down.
That's the opposite. Okay, well, to be fair, that archer has been pretty pesky all game. Right, so that's that. You haven't lost 6 yet, have you? That's 5.
I don't have any shooting anymore.
No, you don't. So it's combat, and you decide which ones we sort first. And we've got
your initiative.
Oh, it is my initiative. Well, I think we'll just go and solve this one first because they don't really know what's going on over here. So let's sort this one out first. So I have a hand weapon, and I'm fighting against a fully armored chap. So I am going to be hitting you on a 4. You have a spear against a fully armored person, so you'd be hitting on a 5, but you're -1 because of the support.
Because of support, yeah.
So you're hitting on a 6. Right, let's go. Oh, so we both hit.
Right.
Oh, this could be bad. Okay, so we both need
fully
saves.
armoured though, aren't we?
Yeah, so we both need saves of 4. I'm fine, and you're dead. Okay, so Robin's chap falls, and now that means you are at half, right?
Yes.
So when do we do the morale?
So now I've lost 6 out of 11, so over 50% casualties. At the end of the turn, the very last thing, so after the fire phase, I will be rolling morale checks.
And that's for each model individually,
you roll
isn't it?
individually, yeah.
And then on a roll of 1, basically they run away.
Yes.
Right, okay. So that was that combat. Now I think we're going to resolve these. So I think we will let's resolve the one with my warlord first, actually. I'd quite like to get that one out of the way.
It's possible by the end of this, you'll also be taking morale.
Oh, yeah, I think it's very possible. So my warlord has 2 attacks. He's got a hand weapon, and he's fighting against someone who's only partially armoured. So what do I need to hit, Robin? Is that a 4?
Still a 4, yeah.
So it's 4. And Robin, you have a spear against a fully armoured person.
So I'm hitting on a 5.
You're hitting on a 5. But importantly, my flag, my banner is there, so I reroll 1s. I can reroll that 1. So I hit with 1. No, I hit with 1. I needed 4s, didn't I?
Oh, yeah, because I'm semi-armoured, yes.
So
1 save.
You need a single save of
5. I'm semi-armoured.
Hey. Next up, I think we'll do the Huskarl 1 and my Spearman. So now your Huskarl charged.
He did.
So he doesn't. So he's going to be striking simultaneously, and
yep.
I believe you're hitting on 2s against a fully armoured
Yep.
chap. My spear against a partially armoured person. What's that?
Still a 5+.
Still a 5. So you're hitting on 2s. I'm hitting on 5s. Well, you hit. And so did I.
Right, so you're saving.
I'm saving normally on a 4. No, I'm fully armoured, but
so you're
it's
5
-1.
Yeah, so you're a 5 and I'm also a 5.
So I'm dead.
I'm not.
You're not. Okay, it's because this guy's got a silly haircut.
Yeah.
That's why. Right, so it's time to work out this combat. So this is actually quite straightforward. We promise. So Robin, how do we do it?
So these 2 figures are already engaged. I've now charged with my chieftain, making a proper 2-on-1 combat. There's no other way to pair it off, is there?
No.
And all that happens is your guy can only fight one person,
and he has to fight
the person that just charged him.
So he turns around and fights you.
We'll fight simultaneously as though it's a normal combat, and then if you survive, my guy that you already engage a combat with will just get
a bonus attack.
Yeah, he'll attack, and you won't be able to do anything back other than try and survive.
Right. Because I'm outnumbered, I suffer a -1 on all my defence rolls. Just because he's flailing around trying to defend himself. So, your chief is going to get 2 attacks. He's fighting someone who's fully armoured. He's got a hand weapon, so he'd be hitting on 4s. You're +1 because you charge, so you're hitting on 3s. I've got a hand weapon against someone who's fully armoured, so I'm just hitting on a 4. So 3s for you, 4s for me.
2.
No. So I need a save of 5.
Because you're -1 big hand.
Yeah.
2 saves.
Oh, well, he's dead.
It
doesn't matter. Did you want to make the other one?
Yeah, is he very dead?
No, he's just slightly dead. Yep, so he is gone. And that was the end of combat for that turn. Let's just have a little look at where everything is.
Chieftain.
No, I did that first. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, survived. Yes, I remember.
Okay, so now it's the fire phase again. And I haven't got anyone who can start any fires. Robin, do you want to start any fires?
No.
So I'm just going to roll to see if this building spreads onto that one, which it will do on a roll of a 6. No.
So now, though, we've got an added phase because I'm below 50%, so I'm at the morale phase.
So we've got to see if any of your guys leg it.
Yeah, and I think it's quite simple.
We just pick each guy and then we roll to see...
Yeah, each figure that isn't immune to morale checks.
Which is none of them, I
Warlords
assume.
aren't immune, are they?
I don't think so, but we'll have a check. Okay, so it's just very simply the chieftain actually won't roll, so should we just go through this one at a time? So, Robin, your Huskarl first. Cool. Oh, okay. What about your archer? No. The fully armoured chap who's with the sword. No, and then
the Thane.
Yeah.
Oh, and I've got one more.
Ooh.
Oh, no, I haven't got one more archer, have I? You
No, that's it.
That's it.
Right then. Okay, so we're into turn 7 priority. Right, here we go. Up to you.
I'll let you go first.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. Right, let me have a think. Okay, so I'm going to kick things off with this chap is going to charge your archer, so I just want anything but a 1.
Okay, well, I will be standing and shooting.
Okay, so you're going to be hitting a fully armoured person on a 5. Minus 140, because it's a reaction shot, means you're going to be hitting him on a 6. Nope. Okay, and now I've got to see how far I go. Oh, I lose my shot. Oh, no, I'm at a minus 1. So he's going to, we know he can make it. However, I lose my any charge bonus I would have had. And in fact, because I rolled a 1, I'm on a minus 1. Okay, so basically it doesn't matter now. He would have lost his charge bonus anyway, even because we're fighting over an obstacle. Am I going to move in? No, I don't think he is. I'm going to trust that I can deal with that archer. This chap, because he's got all the loot he can carry, which has put his movement, so he's normally movement 7, because he's unarmoured, just with a shield. So his movement's down to 5, but I don't really want to walk past the house because I'll get set on fire.
Oh, yeah. And you are carrying something made of wool.
So do you know what? He is actually going to go and move in there and support, because I think that's the safest way for him to go. Walking past, leaving there, he's going to get cooked. Over on this side, my bannerman is going to move. Now he has a movement of 7. And he is going to skirt around to here. At the moment, I'm going to put him about there. Now, my chap here is going to move next to this building with his sheep and his tinderbox.
It's a shame. I was kind of hoping you'd accidentally set fire to your own flag.
My crossbow's going to stay where he is.
Yep.
That's it.
Oh, shooting him, I guess.
Right, Robin, it's up to you. What are you going to do? You've got the archer who's already in combat over there, so he can't do anything.
I think, obviously, he's in there. I'm going to use the warlord, or chieftain. I'm going to charge your...
Okay, well, we know you're close enough, so you just need anything but a 1.
Yeah, just so I don't lose my bonus.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yep, so he's charging in, and he's going to kill you and...
I'm at a minus 1 with
throw your banner in the flames.
Brilliant. Who's next?
Going to make this charge here.
Yeah, well, so we know we can make
this would be anything but a 1.
Yeah, so anything but a 1.
Yeah.
You're fine.
You'll now have to fight him, won't you?
Yeah, rather than
the unarmoured guy. And then
Thane,
the Huskell.
What's he going to do?
Just going to start coming this way.
Okay.
Well, he can't see what your guys do on the other side of the building, can he?
No.
So, going for your crossbow.
Yeah, well, it is my crossbow. So my crossbow is going to shoot at him. Now, you're definitely within 10. What do I need to hit a partially armoured person with a crossbow? I imagine it's a 4.
It's a little bit of luck, I think. 4.
Excellent. Okay, hitting on a 4. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. It's fine. Right, so there is no more shooting. So it's into melee, and as I've got the initiative, I'll pick them first. I think we should just carry on over here because I think this is where the real sort of thing is happening. So I have a hand weapon fighting against unarmoured. So what am I hitting on,
3,
Robin?
I believe. Yep, hitting on a 3.
So he's hitting on a 3.
You're fully armoured, aren't you?
I'm fully armoured, so you're hitting me on a...
Oh, I've just got an improvised weapon, so I'll be hitting on a 6.
But you're minus 1 because of the supports. You're hitting me on a 7. All right, need a 3. That's a hit. No. So you need a save of 6, I believe.
Yeah, because all the obstacle did was just take away your charge bonus.
Yeah, that's all it does. Oh, he saved!
Can you flee combat?
You can. Well, you could flee it when I was charging, but you chose to stand and shoot. Well, that was that. Let's have a look at the next one. I think we're going to do my warlord first. So I'm going to be fighting against your chap here. So I've got 2 attacks, and I'm hitting against someone who's fully armoured, so I am hitting on 4s. You are fighting against someone who's fully armoured with a hand weapon, so you'd be hitting on 4s plus 1 for charging, so you're hitting on 3s.
Yep. I assume you still get the bonus from the banner?
Yes, I'll be re-rolling my 1s. Okay, so I have 2 dice hitting on 4s, you've got 1 dice hitting on a 3. Okay, so you missed. You need one save off me. It's a save of 4. Oh no!
Oh dear. So he's gone down.
So he's dead. And then you just resolve the attacks from your Thane. So you have a spear against a fully armored chap, so you're hitting on a 5. Unlucky. Okay, so now we've got to resolve this one. So you have a hand weapon against someone who's partially armored. So I think you're hitting on a 3, aren't you?
Yeah, you're partially armored, so it'd be a 4 normally, but I charged, didn't I?
Yep, you did. So yep, that's right. So you're hitting on a 3. I have a hand weapon against someone who is fully armored, so I'm hitting on a 4 as well.
Yep, and so, your encumbered is...
I'm -1 to hit because I'm carrying the banner. I think.
Yeah.
Might just double check.
Yeah. No, defense. -1 to its defense.
Oh, so defense. Okay, so I'm hitting you on a 4. You're hitting me with 2 dice on a 3. Right. I hit you, and you missed.
And I can't reroll ones for your banner, can I?
No, I don't think you can anyway. So you need to save a 4. Yes! Oh, no!
I said I have a Thane.
No! That is the Thane, isn't it?
Yep, the red hat. Now... I don't think I actually put him in front of me or anything, does
No, I think he just takes it.
I think, or he tells me, shouts a warning, and I just ignore it, I think. I don't think the Thane gets killed.
Right, read it out, how if you can.
The first wound your chieftain takes is cancelled if the Thane is within 2 inches, and the Thane warns your chieftain of the danger. So, fair play to that guy.
I mean, fair play, he just said, don't do that.
He's in combat with your chieftain, fending him off with a spear, and turns and goes, Sir, duck. I mean, what's going to happen is we're going to be left with just 2 warlords.
We are, yeah, and that sounds good to me. That is also the end of melee. So it's the fire phase. So it's my decision to go first. So I will try and light this on a 6. And a 6. No. In fact, he just tips water on it. Okay, so we've got to roll to see if that one spreads, because I presume, Robin, you're not setting any fires. We're not within 2. No. I saw that. So on a 6, it spreads to the next building.
Yeah.
Nah, not this time. No. Right. Okay, so it's now time for you to do some melee. Morale. So first of all, should we do your archer down here?
No,
he's fine. Your Huskull over here. He's fine.
And
last but not least, the Thane, who's the real MVP.
No.
He's off!
But that means he didn't get killed by the warlord.
That's the last thing. I feel like he resigned. I feel like he said, I've done my job. Here's my notice.
You're on your own.
And that's tipped the table a little bit in the middle there. Right then, let's see. We are into turn 8. Let's roll for initiative. Okay, it's initiative 3, 5. It's up to you.
I'll go first.
Excellent.
You've got 1 figure to move.
Right, Robin, yeah. So the only figure you can do anything with is your Huskull, and I think I know what he's going to do.
Yeah, I think I'm going to charge your Warlord.
You're going to charge my Warlord? Okay, so you just want anything but a 1. Yeah. Excellent. There we go. That is all your movement, isn't it? There's nothing else to do. So it's just on to me. And the only thing I've got is the chap by the building and my crossbowman, who's now not got a target. Right. So I'm going to stay there and carry on setting fire to things.
Yeah.
My crossbowman
is going
to come and get some loot. So he's got a movement of 7. So he can go 4 up to there, 2 to cross it, and he's going to take both those pieces of loot. So both those jars which were in the field for some reason, because they only count as 1 each. So currently I'm on 2 for him, 3 for him, and 3 over there. So I just need 2 more loot, which is what's in that field, if I can kill that archer before the end of the game. It is turn 8, so I've got 2 turns to do it. Everything else is staying where it is, so it's over to melee. You have the initiative. We've got 3 melees, so you can decide. Right, Robin, it's melee, and it's your turn to decide which one we do first. So do you want my Warlord versus your Huskull, your Warlord versus my banner, or do you want the archer?
We'll start over here with the archer, see if he can survive another turn.
So I am hitting you on you're unarmoured, and I have a hand weapon, so I believe I'm hitting you on a 3.
Yep.
And you are hitting me on a 7, aren't you? Because I'm fully armoured and I have someone with a spear distracting you.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Oh, no.
No.
All right, okay, so that just rolls on.
Let's do my Warlord versus your
Warlord versus my bannerman. So you're going to have 2 attacks. You don't get your charge bonus this time. So you're hitting on 4s.
Because you're partially armoured, aren't you?
Yep, I have 1 attack hitting you on a 4.
Yep.
Okay, you've got no Thane this time to help you. Okay, that's weird. Okay.
So you're -1 armor, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. And I'm normally saving on a 5 because I'm partial, so I'm saving on a 6. So I'm dead, but you need to make 1 save of 4 as well. You took a wound. He wounded you as he went down. Yeah, and also now I'm taking morale tests.
I toss your banner into the flames.
Right, so now it's just this combat here. Okay, so you charge me with a Dane axe, so this is the only time we're going to go simultaneously. So you're hitting me on a 2. Because it's 3 plus normally, +1 for charging.
Yep.
And I've got 2 attacks, and I'm hitting you on 4s.
Yep, with a hand weapon.
All right then. I got 1 hit. Oh. Okay, so 1 hit each. So I am saving on 4s -1 because of the Dane axe. So I'm saving on a 5. No, so I've taken a wound, and you're saving on a 5 as well. Oh, you saved. Right, didn't need that. I really didn't need that. That's the end of melee. So it's the fire step. It's your initiative.
Yeah,
so
it's just you taking 5.
just me. So he'll do it on a 5 now.
Yep.
No.
And then I'll roll to see if that other
If that one spreads, so it spreads on 6. Ooh.
Right.
So now it's morale.
So everyone's taking morale, aren't they?
So everyone's taking morale. Should we do you first because you've not got? Or does it matter?
No, because I think you just work out all in the turn.
All right. So you've only got 2. So your Huskal first. No, and then your Archer. No. Here you go. Watch my whole lot go. So we'll do the guy at the front first, and then the guy behind. So guy at the front. No. Guy behind. Yay, they're fine. My last one's here. We'll do my crossbowman first, and then the chap setting fire to the building. This can be worse for me if I start dropping loot.
Because you leave a loot behind.
So the crossbowman. Guy setting fire to the building. No! Okay, so he has gone. I didn't need that. So he just drops his loot, and I've got to now try and figure something out. That's going to really stuff things up. I didn't need that. Right, we are into turn 9. Let's roll initiative. Okay, so initiative 5, 4. So it's with me. Oh, I think I'll go first. I really don't know what to do here. That's completely bugging me up. So I'm in combat there. These guys are still doing stuff over here. He's carrying the maximum stuff he's on at the minute. So there's not a lot else he can do. Oh no, he can hand stuff off, can't he? But presumably can't hand stuff off to people in combat.
Well, doesn't say you...
Oh, that seems silly. Right, no, that seems silly.
Just strapping it into his backpack.
No, because you can absolutely hand things off to other
definitely.
people. In fact, it even says absolutely. So, no, I just need to win these combats, is what I need to do.
Yeah, that's
right, okay, I've got a plan. Right, so I'm going to cross that for 2, and then I'm going to move his 3 inches to there, and that's all he's going to do. He's not going to do any shooting. This guy's in combat, he can't do anything, and I'm going to let that combat roll on. So it's just over to you. Right, I think I know what you're going to do. So
yeah, anything but a 1, so I get a charge.
Yes. Yeah, you're fine. There we go.
Nasty
he's in.
When it's a warlord doing that because you can't hit my guy with a Dane axe.
No. But I could potentially. I could potentially kill you. We could kill each other now.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So it's shooting. I haven't got any because the only that's there. So it's melee. I think the first melee we're going to work out is over here. So again, I am hitting you on a 3. You are hitting me on a 7. Oh, I don't believe it. Right, that still didn't go according to plan.
I guess at this point, what you have to do is jump the wall with the have an extra guy.
So let's get stuck in down here. So we're both going to get 2 attacks. You are hitting me on 3s because you charge. I'm hitting you on 4s, and then we'll worry about the Huskal afterwards.
You'll worry about it.
All right, here we go. So you're looking for 3s? Oh dear, I'm looking for 4s. Oh yes.
And I'm saving on a 4, aren't I?
You're 2 saves of 4. Oh! No! Okay, so he's taken another wound, and I've just got to survive a braining from the Huskal. The Huskal is hitting on a 3.
But I can't kill you. That's the annoying thing.
Oh, so 5 is a hit. Now I'm -1 because of the Dane axe, and -1 because I'm outnumbered. So I'm saving on a 6. I took a wound. Okay, so it's the fire phase. So I've just got to roll for that building. So I've got no one left to set fire to anything. Yay! They caught fire. Okay, so 2 of the buildings are on fire. So it is just morale. So Robin, it's do you do your Huskarl first and then your Archer?
Yeah, because the Huskarl running away would be,
bad.
problematic for me.
And you shouldn't have said that. Huskarl goes.
Exploding cannons of the Middle Ages.
Now it is just the Archer down there who's done a sterling job at defending. No, he's fine. So you've got my 2 guys who are fighting him. So we'll do the guy at the front and then the guy behind him. So the guy at the front stays. The guy behind him also stays.
Any crossbowmen?
Yeah. The crossbowman who's carrying things. Yep, let's see if he stays. No, he's off. It's kind of like staying here for like the longevity is actually quite hard because your men are running off with like dropping all their loot. So that's the end of the turn. So we're just rolling for priority for turn 10. And it's just 2 combats. Okay, let's go. It is you because I had it last time. So there's nothing to move. So we're just straight into combat, aren't we?
Yeah. So let's do this one here.
I'm hitting you on a 3. You're hitting me on a 7.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to change the outcome at this point. So I hit you. You didn't hit me. You need a save of 6. Oh, you did die. So he did die. Annoyingly, I can't. It needed 1 more turn in hand, and I think it would have been fine. But we'll talk about that in a minute. It's now just the epic clash in all of the bodies here. We've both got 1 wound. We're both on 2 attacks. We're both hitting on 4s.
Yeah.
All right, we're both hitting on 4s. 1 hit.
No hits.
Right, you need a single save of 4.
So it's 50-50.
And you survived. And that, well, there's no point in spreading the fires.
There's nothing for the fire to spread.
There's morale. I can roll for morale.
Oh yeah,
see if my other guys go.
Just the warlords left.
So guy in front stayed. Guy behind him stayed as well. There we go. So I believe you've won, haven't you? Is that the?
Yeah, I must have done. You haven't got.
I didn't get my loot. I did set fire to 2 buildings. So is it a minor victory for you because you might have saved the loot, but half the village is on fire.
I think half's dead. Pillage the village. Yeah, so it's a minor victory because I didn't prevent the
buildings from being.
So if you'd got the loot, that would have been a major victory.
Yeah,
two buildings
it was just being held up. That was the thing. Okay, so that is Pillage. Now, I really enjoyed that. There's probably a few things to do a little bit differently in the next game, and there definitely will be more. Robin, how did you find that?
Yeah, I really liked it. Like you said, the mechanics are quite elegant. There's nothing too complicated, but
I would say they're deceptively simple. I think you could look at those mechanics and go, "Oh, this is maybe too simple," and that's not meant as a criticism. But really, it really allowed us to sort of get into the game, and there was minimal referencing. Once you get to know the different armor
remembering
values,
the 2 tables,
that was absolutely fine. Now we were playing with only sort of 400 points, but we were still playing on a table that was a 4x4, so potentially we should start in here, but that doesn't.
Yeah, I mean,
really
even
matter.
that scenario does say it's a challenge for the attackers.
It is a challenge,
and I guess a few more figures would potentially. Obviously, yes, I'd have more.
Well, there's more people to actually get the loot.
More stuff to have loot,
that's the thing. Now, I actually see the benefit now of maybe having a few unarmored guys who only cost 10 gold pieces just in the army at the back that you can hand off the loot to. So you actually want people going around picking the loot.
Yeah, if you turn up with just 4 or 5 really heavily armoured guys, actually you're going to struggle to do anything.
But remember that this is only this scenario. There is loot in other in scenarios, but there's other things like pitch battles, there's landings, there's all sorts. But as that was the name of the game, we thought that would be the best scenario. The Warlords being the last people standing is quite apt. No, overall, it was really, really enjoyable. But let us know what you guys think. It'd be really interesting to, play some more games of this. Robin, you've got some Vikings.
Yeah, I've got some Vikings on the way.
So I'll have to decide who's going to do that. The defend against those, the Normans. So there we go. Once again, thank you to Victrix for sending the book over and giving us a chance to play this early. Also to Guillaume from Noodle Games, who's the author, for answering all of my questions. I will probably have a few more. But in the meantime, if you've got any questions or any ideas, just pop them down below. You can find links down below to the other Pillage videos and also to the Pillage Facebook group, and also all of the places that you can order all of this and pick your warbands and all of that. I'm off now to go and paint up more Normans and Saxons. Robin is going to go and find a Viking longship, and we will see you all again in the next one. Thanks very much. See you later.